Hello you! You can now get yourself a Hello You mug and lots of other cool swag at the Geekism official store. Look good and support the channel at the same time. You'll find the link in the description. Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Geekism Studios, Studios style park here in Planet Coaster. If you enjoy this video, please let me know by clicking the like button, and if you're new here and you'd like to see lots more creative gaming for grown-ups, all you have to do is click subscribe. So what on earth are we doing here? Well, we're building a coaster. So first of all, yes, the Subnautica ride isn't finished. Yes, the movie backlot tour isn't finished. Apologies for both of those. If you've been following other series on the channel, you'll know, especially with Planko, I've been having some computer problems, and they seem to be rectified now due to a very generous donation from a member of the Geekism community who bought me some more RAM. It means I can actually get back in here and play the game again, which is great, and it's what's been putting me off playing Studios, especially. Please don't be under the impression that Jurassic World Evolution is why I haven't been playing Blanco. It's not that. It's because Jurassic World Evolution runs and Blanco wasn't running that well. But it seems to be that we found a bit of a fix. So we went into Pinewood, did loads of stuff there, and now we're back into Studios. But after such a breakaway, didn't want to come back into Studios and then just start doing like little bits that we were cleaning up projects and finishing off bit. I wanted to come and build something cool. And one thing I haven't built in the game for ages is a roller coaster. I used to get somebody else to do them for me because I'm just not that good at them, but I thought, no, do you know what, it's something I've got to come over, I've got to get better at, and I really wanted to do something. And the reason I wanted to do one here in the Studios park is because a lot of this is loosely themed around Universal Studios in Florida, and they have the Rip Ride Rocket to the left of the park, and there's a few other Studios parks around the world that have this sort of one outdoor coaster, and it just kind of it gives a bit of a skyline to the park, and gives them a nice sort of big coaster that sits outside and looks great. And that's something I really wanted to do, and I thought it would be a nice thing to do one of these launch things. I think Strata, I think they're called, launch Strata coaster, where it goes up and over the top like this, for a few reasons. One, I rode my very first one of these the other day when I went to Thorpe Park down in near London, and there's one there called Stealth, I think it's called, and it literally just goes up and down and then comes back around again and finishes. And that's how quite a few of them do it, actually, to be honest. But there are a couple out there that I think Accelerator, I think, has got a bit more going on at the end of it, and that's what I wanted to kind of do here, was to have the sort of top hat feature, and then it goes into a bit more of a ride as well. So that's one thing. It's a new coaster that I've ticked off, so I'm kind of into it at the minute. And although Stealth was a bit shaky and rickety, I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was nice to kind of do a different style coaster. Also, kind of looks a little bit like Rip Ride Rocket. They've got a vertical lift that comes down, and they've got that sort of big point that sticks up, and I thought it would work quite well. I also thought it would work pretty good with the IP that we're going to use, which is going to be Kerbal Space Programs. A game we haven't played on the channel for a little while now, but I really, really enjoyed it, and it's all about sending up rockets into space. I thought it'd be a really good thing to kind of fits the theme there of shooting the rocket off and up. It kind of fits, so the queue line and the station building's all going to be themed around Kerbal, and we'll make up some little Kerbin dudes out of art shapes and things like that as well, and so looking forward to doing that. And then also one of my favourite rides in the world, actually, is the Incredible Hulk coaster, which is actually Universal Islands of Adventure, which is next door to their Studios park. But one thing I really like about, well, not like about it, but notice about it, is the first half is very well themed. It's the station's really well themed, and then the launch itself takes place in a tunnel, and there's the Hulk screams, and there's smoke comes out or whatever, and it's really good. It goes over the lake, and it's really good. But then the second half of the coaster, sort of after the block break, it's just kind of on a bit of land, and it just kind of loops around a bit just to get some speed out of the coaster before it comes back into the station. And I love that sort of juxtaposition of the whoa, yeah, look, Incredible Hulk, and then oh yeah, there's just a bit of looping and stuff as well, because we've got to get it back. And I really like that, so that's something I wanted to do here as well. So we've got this the station going out, the launch up to the top hat feature, and then a nice big airtime hill, and then there's a second half that just kind of loops around a little bit, and then when we actually put it where it's going to go, put it into its right place and everything, we'll make sure that's sort of quite dusty, and we get to use some of the foliage that we don't really get to use much in the game with Pinewood, so some of the cacti and some of the succulents and stuff like that, that we don't normally get to use very much of, we'll be able to do there. So that's my plan behind it all. Now, I'm sure there are people who are pretty good at coasters in this game, or just in general know about coasters. Like I've said before, I'm a keen idiot when it comes to roller coasters. I love riding them, and I'm getting a bit of an idea between the difference between a B&M and an Intamin and all that sort of stuff. But still, very, very much a noob to this sort of thing. And this is a little bit of a fantasy coaster. I don't really think this kind of thing exists, but I would love some feedback, please. So if you're into your coasters, you know what you're looking at. You're sitting there with your hand over your face, peering through the fingers, screaming at me, and there's things that I can change and make better, please let me know. That's kind of why I've put this video out. One, I wanted to get back into studios. I kind of wanted to shut everyone up who keeps asking where studios is, because that happens a lot. And come back in and just build something cool, and a coaster kind of jump tears at me is a good thing to do. So the coaster layout, as far as I'm concerned, is done. I love the look of it. I think it looks really good. I tried to make it relatively small because these Strata things, they go so high. This one goes 100 meters, and that's pretty much as small as I can make it, because the 4 pieces that make the top hat are set. So that's made it as small as I can. But I love that sort of big point at one end, and then this sort of mesh of metal at the other. There's a few really great sight lines where it looks really good. I'm really looking forward to theming it, but if there's any tweaks, my biggest problem was taking the speed out of it in the second half, so I've used some trim brakes all over the place, and again, probably not very realistic, so advice please on removing the speed a little bit, that in turn gets the fear down. Anything you want to suggest, please pop it down in the comments. If you're into it and you know what you're talking about, let me know, because I'm very, very much keen to learn. Alright, so just finishing off a little bit here, putting some trim brakes and block brakes onto the final section there, and then I'll give you a POV of the ride as it stands, see what you think. Here we go. Alright, we're up on the station here, and I think there's like a 3-second wait, so we come out of here and we sit here for a little moment. This will be indoors. This is going to be inside a tunnel with lights going and curbings kicking off or whatever, and then here we'll come outdoors, up and over, and I feel like the speed's just about right there. You don't want it too slow over that, because it could roll back, and obviously you don't want it too quick over that for obvious reasons. But here, I just think there's a little bit too much speed in it, and that continues pretty much throughout. It comes through these brakes far too quickly. Score-wise, it's fine. It's got like an excitement of about 7, fear of about 6. It just personally feels a little quick on a few areas there. So any advice there to help me get rid of it, that would be great. There we go. So there you go. Look, I look at that. I just think that's such a great looking shot, and I can't wait to kind of put it up into the park and start working around it. It's definitely going to be the next thing we work on for a couple of episodes, but I will get the Subnautica video of it. The ride itself is done. I need to do some post stuff. I need to do some audio recording and a little bit of footage actually in Subnautica the game, and tie it all together. So it's not going to make a video, unfortunately, because it's lots of jumping around on that. So, but I will get it done over the next week or two, and then we'll get a POV of that. So thank you very much for bearing with me as far as that's concerned. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give me a like. It really does help out the channel, and if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, or suggestions, you can pop them down in the comments. If you fancy a chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Jonty Sparrow. If you'd like to join in with the Geekism community, you can do so over on our Geekism Discord server. You'll find the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.